I got the company registered. I got registered with the Oyo State government to practice. I also worked for a lot of agencies, a lot of blue chip companies that I did first, shall I say, media placement for radio. Then now I did outdoor. I started to do outdoor advertising. I became certified by APCON. That's the Advertisement Practitioners Council of Nigeria.
That's huge.
You must be certified.
It's huge.
So I got certified. I did my induction. So it was gradual process.
Yeah.
And then eventually the first business came. Of course, you will lose.
Pitching and all.
Yeah, but I was just forming like everything was fine. Yeah, and I'm still doing that till now.
Oh, please.
So.
Okay, speaking of misconceptions and what people don't really understand, can you explain the difference between PR, public relations, and advertising? Because some people tend to think it is the same.
Okay, in public relations, we talk about publics.
Yeah.
Now, publics are stakeholders, anyone that can affect your business, either positively or negatively. Now, that is for public relations. So as a public relations person, you need to be able to interact and deal with the publics of the organization. So we say a deliberate and a sustained effort at establishing goodwill. Yeah. So you must always establish goodwill using some form of principles. That's for public relations.
Okay.
So for advertisement, this is a bit different. This one, you are trying to show a brand, a service, deliberately.
Okay.
Now
it's paid for.
Yeah, that is paid for to people out there, could be an audience or.
Sure. Well, let's go on a commercial break now. When we come back, we'll still be talking about the difference between PR and advertising. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the program CEOs Connect. I still have the CEO of Rocktop Media in the studio, Mr. Tony Roland Awobade. And now we are talking about the difference between PR and advertising, because people tend to get it mixed up that it is the same. Some people think they are the same, they perform the same function. So Mr. Tony here is helping us to differentiate between PR and advertising. Mr. Tony?
Okay. So for instance, if I put something up, an ad in a newspaper, it is an ad, is an advertisement. Mm-hmm. It is paid for. You're going to see the brand there. For instance, if I say Tomisi right there, so they're going to see it on the print. If I put the same thing as a video montage and I put it on television, people are going to see it. It's paid for, so that's why it's there. So you can say anything. I'm Tomisi, I'm fine. This is my Instagram handle. Like that. If I also took your picture. Maybe what you're selling, maybe your jacket, your really nice blue jacket.
Thank you.
And I put it up on the billboard. That's outdoor.
Yeah.
Now, there's new media. A lot of people haven't gone into new media, and that's the in thing right now. So if I took it now and I took it on Instagram, or I took it on Twitter, or I took it on Facebook, and then I now use the Facebook ad, paid for. I said, okay, I want 20,000 people to see it. That's advertisement. So it's different. But PR, I have to look at you and say, okay, let me go and talk to your landlord, because your landlord
have a bill.
Yes, you have a bill with your landlord. He's a stakeholder.
Yeah.
He's dealing with you. I say, okay, your school, for instance, you're going to be at work, but we need to talk to your school.
And their perception.
Yeah, to perhaps give you a free time or something. That is PR.
Yeah.
You see, it's different.
Yeah.
We need to segment the people we try to reach, segment by segment. That's why it's called publics, not public.
Publics,
yes,
plural.
Yes, plural, public.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, Mr. Tony,
yes,
you are in the industry, and from what you said, you've gained a lot of experience in the media industry.
Yes,
so how would you assess the advertising business in the face of the economic situation in the country?
Okay, for the first time, well, I don't know why. Is it because I now entered when I wanted to start making money? People are now shouting different things, recessions. But you see, advertising is the first to be affected whenever there's any economic up, down. So if the economy is good, advertising is first. They're the first beneficiaries. So in this case, in the last 2-3 years, advertisement was worse hit. Yes. Now, a lot of companies are also strategizing, re-strategizing on how to get mileage for the little money that they have. Before, they could just splash the money out. So now they're managing. So new media is what's catching them now. A lot of people go into new media because they can see the results. They can direct it at specific targets and stuff. So, well, it's challenging, but you know how it is. It's getting better now.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
Yeah. Okay, I have this question.
Go ahead.
Youth venturing into the industry. We all know advertising is all about creativity.
Yes.
Youth venturing into the industry, they often complain about having writer's block when they want to write copies, or maybe they are not creative enough. What advice do you have for youths out there when they have this kind of situation? Maybe they can't create creative copies, or they feel they are not creative enough for the advertising industry.
Everyone is creative. Everyone is creative. You know, sometimes some people will have to write 5 copies and get 1 approved. And some people will just spend the whole time trying to get 1 copy, 1 great copy. So it depends on what I call artistic base.
Okay.
What your talents, your innate talent, and then the talent that you develop, the skills that you develop. So for anyone going into, especially young people, be free-minded, be wide in your imagination, because it's about imagination. Think about anything out of this world. Someday someone is going to appreciate it. Someday. My own mentor, she wrote a copy, and that was what changed her life.
Wow.
Yes.
Just one
copy. And she wrote the copy as an amateur. So there's no pro, there's no amateur. It's just being consistent. Okay? So now she's big time
in the industry now.
She's big time in the industry. And as an amateur, she only wrote 1 copy.
Just 1?
Yes. Now, that 1 copy, matter of fact, if there's anything like the Hall of Fame,
it's in
it's in the Hall of Fame. She's not been able to do any 1 again.
Wow.
Yes. She's just that 1. But now she's been able to do other things, work on other projects. So sometimes your copy can be the break to do other stuff. Don't forget that for me as well, I had to go into consultancy. I consulted a few times for many companies. Sometimes it's not a success story.
Yeah.
Sometimes you fail. Sometimes you need to re-satisfy your client over and over. And some clients are just not satisfied. Let me say before we roll out, do you believe that a certain client, they're not Nigerians, I went there 50 times. 50 times.
50 times?
Yes. 50 times. Honestly, 50 times. You know, at a certain time, maybe about the 40-something time, I was, something say, get up and bang the table and I tell them this because I'm a Nigerian, get out of my country. You know, I mean, you get, but after that meeting, they saw my frustration. I said, you know, do what you like, do what you like. And you know, today, I still work for the company 4 years after, and we make good profit together. You know, so that's how it is. So some young people will just go 3 times or 4 times
and get tired.
They get tired, and they say, no. So that's the story.
So perseverance.
Yeah, you just have to be perseverant. As I'm coming today, I've done a beautiful job for a client. I spent all night. I just went off the phone with her. She spotted an error.
Wow.
Yeah, to me, no error. It's perfect. But to the client, there's an error. So young people sometimes don't have this patience. So you need to be patient. Your customers are always right. Even if they're wrong, they're right. You keep fixing profit and loss. Put your loss in your profit. You know, that's how the industry is. Yeah.
Okay, back to misconception.
Okay.
I want to ask, because I've had people saying the best time to brainstorm for copy is around 3 a.m. What do you think about that?
I agree.
3
And
a.m.
also the best time is 3 p.m. Individual differences.
Okay.
You know why anyone will say 3 a.m.? Because there's a lot of sanity, less noise. Do you know that vibrations interfere with your brain power? It does. When you have peace and quiet, tranquility, your creative mind, your connecting nerves are more, they're faster to connect.
Active.
Yeah. Also, I work for some companies. You know what they do? We creative people, maybe a creative guy from Lagos, a creative guy from Ibadan, a creative guy from Akure, They put us together on the project and send us off to a nice hotel somewhere for 3 days. And they tell us first and second day, don't write anything. You guys just have fun. Swim, enter bush. Just have fun. Just play, have fun. Then on the third day, they expect you guys to, come up with your concept. So people that, I didn't know why they asked us to do that. I'll just call and say, do something, I'll be in my house and I'll do it. But we noticed that in those kind of environments, your creative mind becomes more active. So perhaps 3 a.m., yes.
Might work for it.
Yes, it's quiet, and your brain will be sharp. Yeah. And then you don't need to take any, now this new generation, everyone wants to be they want to be science students. They want to take things to influence creativity. Yeah. I've never taken it. It's never hated my creativity in any way. So I won't encourage anyone to. So
it's just better to rely on personal.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tony, for coming into the studio.
You're welcome.
It has been an interesting session because I particularly learned a lot.
Oh.
And I'm sure viewers at home did also. So we have Mr. Tony in the studio and he has shared a lot with us. Thank you, Mr. Tony.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, you're welcome. Now, viewers, don't forget to join us next time on this program, CEOs Connect. I remain Timlen Yaladeshu, your host. Until next time, bye-bye. CEOs Connect.